And I feel like one of the first kind of breaking down the fourth wall moments was what you had a lot to do with, which was the interview with Mankind, where it's like, it's the mid to late 90s, but mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Attitude Era yet. We're not, it's known that wrestling is predetermined, but we're not sort of totally, it's not reality TV yet.
Right.
And you do an interview with Mankind, who we all know as Mick Foley now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when he was character. I wear a leather mask. My fingers got smashed when I was a child. My ear got whatever. I've been
Right.
But he does the interview in character, but tells his actual real life story.
Right.
When you find out that this is your assignment, are you thinking like, this is a total 180 from what Vince usually does?
Well, that's a really unique story because Mick had tried to get a job at WWE over the years on numerous occasions. Mm-hmm. He grew up in Long Island. He was a fan since a kid of the WWF, and that was his home team. Mm-hmm. He was a Yankee fan, named after Mickey Mantle. Mm-hmm. So he's a Yankee fan, and he was the local wrestling. He was a big wrestling fan. So the hometown wrestling fan was the WWF. You've heard him talk about, he went to the Garden and saw Snooker jump off the cage, all that stuff. But he never got a gig, never got a job. Well, I'd worked with him in WCW. I thought that he had great potential. So when I became the head of talent relations and I was hiring all the talent, I went to Vince and said, I want to hire Mick Foley. Oh, no, we're not going to hire Mick Foley.
He knew who he was.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, he just doesn't, we don't do that.
He didn't have
here.
the look, but he hadn't been around him and he had seen the evolution of Mick's work.
Right.
And, admittedly, he said, I hadn't seen him in a long time. He didn't have a great look, and I just don't know what we do with him. So, but I had an idea of what we could do with him. Mm-hmm. I said, well, I have an idea. Okay. I said, we need somebody to match up with The Undertaker because we're running out of opponents for The Undertaker. When you have a baby face that's almost 7 feet tall, it's very challenging to get sympathy or empathy from the fans on him when he's selling.
And like you just said, you need somebody that fans are going to pay to watch The Undertaker kick this guy's ass.
Yeah.
And if it's not a convincing person that could possibly win, what are we buying tickets for?
Bingo.
Right.
So I suggested that, and I knew that The Undertaker had a good relationship with Mick from the WCW days. Mick's very likable.
Yeah, we've had him on the show tons of times.
Good guy, very likable. So that was not an issue. So then we do the interview, and we lay out the interview what we're going to do. And Vince wasn't even there until we were already in progress.
So this was your idea to tell the life story.
There were guys at TV that had an idea. I had some input without question, and Mick had a lot of input. We wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something that would be groundbreaking and that would separate Mick from the rest of the bad guys, the heels. Mm-hmm. And then Vince came in the middle of the shoot, and I'm thinking, okay, I see him over there, and he's going to stop us down, and we're going to reach. But he let it flow, and he liked it.
Is Vince? We'll get right back to this, but is Vince as impulsive as everybody claims he is?
I don't know if Vince is like a lot of creative people I've been around. He feels things quickly.
Yeah.
He senses good bit. I know when you're producing, if you just get a little bit into the journey of where you're going on a bit, or a feature, pretty quick it's going to be, this is a keeper, or okay, we'll do this and move on. It's it's instinct.
Right.
So he's got great instincts, so he makes quick decisions.
Gotcha.
And sometimes the instincts are like yours or mine or anybody else's, they work. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they don't, so you 86 them and out the door you go. So he let us do that thing with Mick, and then at the end Mick gives me the mandible claw, and as people are screaming, and he's this deranged guy, but he basically told you his life story.
Right.
And so it was reality-based, and so reality-based that it wasn't like he made it up.
Mm-hmm.